Well, music in the Lutheran tradition throughout history has been such a huge part of our sort of contribution to the larger church and to the world. You know, like J.S. Bach. You know, he was a Lutheran, and I think that really plays out at Salem. That there's a lot of different opportunities to make this world kind of a better place through music and through, you know, sort of proclaiming the good news of God through music. So, for instance, we've got the senior choir, which is a large group. You know, it's probably 20-some people that get together, you know, on a weekly basis. They rehearse some music and they sing together in worship on Sunday mornings. We have a smaller ensemble called the Psalm 98 singers that do a lot of a cappella music and historic music that goes back centuries through the church. We have a children's choir. It's called the St. David's Choir. They get together every week and they sing, you know, periodically on Sunday mornings. And these kids are not only learning some wonderful music skills. They're learning, you know, some of these sight reading, to some of these things that we really want to impart to them as a special skill. And we want a society where people, you know how to do these things, where people know music and are familiar with the arts and with music, but also they're doing it for God's glory, that these kids are learning these wonderful anthems that they're going to share in worship and make the worshipers' lives that much brighter with the Spirit of God. We have a bell choir. So, if you've never seen that, if you've never been familiar with a congregation that has a bell choir, these are these handbells that they ring, and they ring in harmony, and it's amazing because to listen to it, you would think it was one instrument. And yet it's all these different people working together. And like what a metaphor that is for what we're trying to do together for God, is that, you know, this all these different people ringing different bells at different times, and yet it makes one harmonious kind of song. Salem Brass is another thing that's somewhat unique about Salem, you know, is that we have a brass ensemble that'll come in and accompany our singing and offer special music. And they meet about, you know, every week, and they come in about every month and sort of enrich our worship with, so it's not just the organ. You'll hear these brass that kind of give you the full spectrum of, you know, all the low notes way up to the high notes, to really kind of give a fuller sound as people are singing together. If you come to Salem on a Sunday morning, the music is going to be a little bit more traditional. It may feel like it's from kind of an that you're gathering a lot of different times in history, and you know that it's all coming together in the here and now. So we'll hear stuff that's from the 18th century, the 19th century, and the 20th century and the 21st century. People still composing songs of praise, you know, for the organ and for the choir and for all these different things. So it's sort of a cross section of Christian history that comes together in, you know, music that's still being cherished today.